Welcome back to Community Viewpoint. I'm here with guest Jody Martinez, who's going to come talk to us about the summer food service program that's offered through the Nye County School District. It makes certain that our local kids are given food, given hot lunches throughout the summer. And so we invited Jody to come tell us about that program, how it works, how it was conceived, and where some of the services are provided. So welcome, Jody. Thank you very much for taking the time to come out.
Thank you. So Nye County School District is a sponsor with the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And we started this program probably 15 years ago. Wow. And it's grown over time in huge numbers. But basically what we're trying to do is make sure that kids get a nutritious meal year-round. During school, that's an easy process. There's breakfast and lunch every single day. But during the summer, we know that there's a great need for, children that are not able to get, nutritious meals throughout the summer, whether it be because of parent schedules, work schedules, or because of lack of food for the children. But that's one of the reasons we do the summer program, to ensure that they don't miss out on nutritious meals over the summer.
Okay, and are there financial guidelines for this? Do families have to qualify?
There is absolutely no guidelines. Every meal is free. There are no applications. There are no documents to fill out. All the children have to do is show up at a site and they're given a free meal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that we have to follow with the guidelines of the U.S. Department of Agriculture is that the food is eaten on site.
Okay, so they don't take it and go. They stay for the meal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you provide breakfast and lunch, or?
We serve breakfast at just a couple of the schools, J.G. Johnson and Rosemary Clark.
Okay.
And then we also have several of the other schools, Amargosa, Beatty, Gabbs. They all serve the lunches, and we also have our new mobile feeding van, which we did last year, and we only had three stops, and this year we now have 4 stops.
Okay.
We added another stop at the other end of town, trying to get, more space to get the food to these kids.
Right. So the mobile feeding van, I remember when that started last year, you literally picked three, now 4 spots where a van shows up.
Yes, ma'am.
And kids will know, or at least we'll try to get them educated as to where they go to get that.
Exactly. We do the Courtyard Apartments out on Dandelion, and we do Comstock Park, Petrick Park, and now we've added Simpkins Park.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that, it's way out the other end of town now. And, just show up at the park or show up at the apartments. It doesn't matter what area you're from in Pahrump. You just show up and get yourself some lunch.
And how about ages?
Ages 18 and under.
Okay. So,
if they're disabled, it's up to 21.
okay. And I know that there's a need. I mean, I have seen, I have watched this program in work at Peasrick Park, because that's where I saw it last year.
Did you? Okay.
There is a need.
Yes, ma'am.
The idea that kids would literally be going hungry or skipping lunch or eating something out of a plastic wrapper, as opposed to a lunch, a meal that's going to serve them. There's no question about that.
Exactly. Yeah. Nye County actually has the highest rate of free and reduced students in all of the state of Nevada.
Right.
So the more we, the bigger we grow this, the more we'll be able to help, these kids. And there's actually another program, because we are not able to service like the Tonopah area. There's another group that is actually going to be doing this program up in Tonopah, which I think is awesome, because I feel bad that we can't service them, but that somebody else is following suit and going to serve them.
Right. Right, I heard about that. I think it's the Salvation Army in Tonopah is taking that on as a. Is it?
I think Nye County Coalition has something to do with
Right.
it. The AmeriCorps and Nye County Coalition.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to see that being stepped out in other places
Exactly.
too. And being used as a model. I mean, you guys
Exactly.
are a great place to come for resources and say, how did this work and what can we do? You've learned you've
Yeah.
learned that for them, so
Well, you know,
they can come talk
for
to
instance, GABS, to me, GABS is like way up there, but there's nothing in GABS. So those children from GABS, last year was the first year that we actually did GABS, and I would say that at least 50% of the students in GABS were showing up at the cafeteria for these meals.
you. Right.
And to me, that is awesome.
Right. Well, you have several. Let's go over just real quickly. There are a lot of places now that this is being offered.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you just run down the list?
So J.G. Johnson Elementary School is doing breakfast and lunch. Breakfast is from 7:30 to 8:30, and lunch is 11:30 to 12:30. Rosemary Clark Middle School is breakfast and lunch, and they do 8 to 8:30 for breakfast and 11:30 to 12 for lunch. GABS School Cafeteria is doing lunch every day from 11:30 to 12. Amargosa is doing a reading program at the library, as well as the school itself is doing like a summer school type program. So they're only doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
And that's from 11 to 12 o'clock. Beatty Elementary is doing a summer school, and they're doing a breakfast and a lunch at Beatty Elementary School. 7:30 to 8 for breakfast, 11:45 to 12:15 for lunch. We also were asked many, many years ago, and this is actually how it started, the Nye County Sheriff's Department does their GREAT program every year in all of the communities. And so we've always provided a lunch for all those children at the GREAT programs in the parks.
Okay, so that's how this originally started.
That's how it originally started, because years and years ago we were asked by the Sheriff's Department, is there anything you can do to help us, you know, to feed these kids while they're at, you know.
Right.
At one time, Pahrump, you know, had like almost 400 kids that showed up at the GREAT program
Right.
in the park.
Right.
You know, it's a week-long program that they do that is just really awesome for the
Right,
kids.
but what a great way for you to see need. I mean,
Yes,
all of a sudden, okay, we have these kids this week and we
Exactly.
provide. But what happens to the other 9 weeks or 10 weeks of summer?
Absolutely.
And so for you
Absolutely.
to see that need and how to move into that need.
Exactly.
Now, these are only served, though, Monday through Friday, or in the cases of like Amargosa, Tuesday, Thursday, but none of them are
Exactly.
served on the weekend.
No, we
Okay.
have no weekends.
Okay. Okay, and did we cover everybody on there?
So we have all of the GREAT programs, and the mobile feeding, like we already covered that
Right.
one. So the only difference that I can see on my list here is I thought the GREAT program for Pahrump was going to be in the park this year, and it's not. They're actually going to hold it at J.G. Johnson as well.
Right.
So
And-
we should have a huge
Right,
amount
and
of
J.G.
kids.
Johnson is also hosting the Pahrump Valley Youth Association.
Yes.
So
an
the kids that
absolutely
are-
phenomenal group.
Yeah, it's an amazing program. It's growing. We're really happy
Mm-hmm. Yes,
to
it
see the
is.
strength of that program. For all
Absolutely.
of those parents who have, you know, two working or only one at home, and their kids, you know, now have a really good, safe place to go.
Safe place, and they
And,
have a lot of good activities that
Right.
they do.
And now they have 2 meals a day being served
Yep.
through this program. And this program, cooperation, this is how we see community cooperation built.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
amazing to watch
Yes,
that
ma'am.
this program, what you guys have done, the entrance of GREAT, and all of a sudden there's this huge cooperative effort in the community to be sure that these kids are taken care of.
Yes.
And not only well fed, but supervised with good activities. I mean,
Yep.
it's, you know, it's an amazing thing to have watched that grow into that.
The mobile feeding one, that one was, like I said, was brand new to us last year, and the gal Betty at Courtyard Apartments and the gal at Comstock Park, when I called them this year, they were just ecstatic that we were going to come back
Right.
and do it again with them. And they were worried that we weren't gonna.
Right.
And no, my thing is that, you know, every year I want to grow this bigger and bigger so that we can cover more area.
Right. So for people who didn't pick up on all the times and dates, this schedule has been printed in the Pahrump Valley Times the last 2 Fridays. So that would have been like the 15th and the 6th or 7th, whatever those Fridays fell on for the Pahrump Valley Times.
Yeah.
So you can look back for that. You can call the school district at 727, is this whose this number is, 727-7743? Is that a school district number?
Yes, that's the district office.
Okay.
And Ileana Garcia is the secretary for our school, our district office there, and she does speak Spanish. So if we have any Spanish
Okay.
speaking people, they can also, she can speak to them as well. And then there's an 800 number as well.
Right, and that 800 number is 1-800-796-6273. Again,
That is the northern 1-800 number, and the southern 800 or 877. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the southern 800 number is 877-727-7705. Again, you can call the local office at 727-7743. And it's Ileana
Ileana.
will be able to help you with times and where the placements are. And how much of the summer does this cover? When does it start and stop?
Actually, the GABs will start the day after Memorial Day, so they actually start this Tuesday. Okay. JG starts the next week right after that, and then Rosemary starts the next week right after that. So it's in conjunction with what programs that they're holding at those different sites.
And the mobile starts next week.
Yes, that
So
one will
that
start
Tuesday.
immediately,
Okay.
day after Memorial Day.
Well, again, this has been to watch this program grow and to see the significant community involvement and cooperation has been really nice to see.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of overwhelmed at how you guys have stepped in and taken on this.
Last year we served over 16,000 meals, and of those 16,000 meals, like 1,900 of them was just the mobile one.
Right.
And we're hoping to increase those numbers this year at least, 10, 20%, whatever we can.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming down.
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much.